I think I look better without glasses.
I'm the same way. I will not put my fingers under your glass. It's fucking terrible.
We should set up a friend.
What is up, Midnight Tokers, Afternoon Inhalers, and AM Hookah Smokers? This is the AM Hookah Podcast. We are a weekly podcast happening every Monday at 5:30 Mountain Standard Time, talking about bowls, tobacco, and a whole lot more. I am Matt, and joined with me, as always, is the man with a huge amount of tobacco coming his way, and also known as the Alfalker Man. Adrian, how are you doing this week?
I'm good, man. I got my Le Coup. I got my Cashmere Peach. We're chilling with Frank. I got them Frank trademark wind chimes. So it's a good Monday in my book.
It is a very good Monday. And then we are joined this week by our very special guest, an OG.
Captain Wetbeard says no audio.
Oh, it should be fine now. That was a delay. It should be okay. Let us know
Ooh.
if you're good. So we are joined this week by our very special guest. He is an OG in the community, in the hookah worldwide industry. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. He is Frank the Tank. Frank, the Hookah Frank. How are you doing this week, man?
I'm doing good, besides the obvious broken foot.
Yeah, that sucks.
But
That happened
I'll
in
get it fixed on.
Chicago,
It
correct?
happened in Chicago, the last day in Chicago, and so basically, like, I was bringing some stools up or down, I don't recall, the Airbnb, and wasn't paying attention, kept walking when I should have stepped down, fell down 2 steps,
Ooh.
went to the air, went to Sky, hung out, hobbled around, hung out, went to the airport. Travis and Cheyenne flew back before me. They wanted to hang out. I tried to walk. I was barely walking the airport, so I went to the urgent care just to for peace of mind. And they thought it was sprained. They took the X-ray. The first thing they said when they came back was, "What'd you do again? What'd you do?" I let them know what happened. They showed me the X-ray. They said you got a displaced fracture of your 5th metatarsal and you're gonna need to have surgery done.
Oh.
So
Yikes.
I put it off. I put it off till after I got back here, and I've got everything set up. So on Wednesday, I'm gonna go to surgery or Desert Orthopedics and get everything taken care of.
Oh, good. Very glad you're going to get better from that. But we have a fun-filled show to get your mind off of your pain-filled foot. We have some exciting things going on our main screen, if you're noticing right now. We have a light goal. I know that seems maybe kind of chintzy, but I thought we'd try it out, see what we could do. What happens when we...
Chintzy.
Yeah, I don't know. You tell me what you think, Adrian.
Is that a word?
Yeah, chintzy. It's a word. People use the word chintzy. I use
Kind of like they use the word taut.
Yeah, exactly. Taut and chintzy, both definitely words. I have the chat.
Conservative. Just say you've got a conservative light goal.
A conservative, yeah. This is a conservative light goal. We got 10 likes. We have plenty of people in the chat. This I'm going to be calling. You tell me what you think about this, Adrian. This is the Captain Light Goal. The Captain Light Goal, because Captain Wetbeard, who is here as well, he is the best at reminding us to always ask people to remember to like the video, share the video, all that kind of stuff. So in appreciation of you, Captain Wetbeard, this is the Captain Light Goal. Please drop a like on it, pass it on to your friends, all that kind of stuff. We're, as soon as we hit it, we'll up it again just a little bit, see if we can get a little bit more each time. Maybe not today. We're going to be doing anything big giveaway for the light goal, obviously, but in the future, I would love to be able to do something for it. Also going on, we have some stuff we have the chat being displayed, though at the moment I think I have it all messed up, so it's not being displayed correctly. So I'm going to need to work on that. These are problems that I will be working on as much as I can. And then
Can't be an AM Hookah podcast without technical difficulties.
Exactly. That's how it is.
Wow.
I like the light goal counter. Ha ha ha. That's what Captain Wetbeard just said. So we also have the chat displayed. We're working on improving the show at all times. If you guys have any sort of ideas to improve the show even better, let me know. I'd love to. We'd love to work on them. Just let us know your guys' thoughts and opinions. Obviously. Going back to the show, what we're going to be doing today, we have an interview with the man, the legend, Hookah Frank. We'll be talking to him very shortly throughout the entire show. And then also we're going to be doing a deep dive into Tangiers. I'm smoking some Tangiers. I don't know if you guys are as well. In fact, let's go ahead and get into what we are smoking. Adrian, what are you smoking today?
Well, definitely let us know what you're smoking in the chat, because that's all I live for, is to know that other people are smoking hookah. Just like me, it makes me feel less alone in the world. Today, I've got my favorite mix ever, and it might be basic, but it's just cashmere peach and cane mix, about 75% K peach. And you can see my setup. It's in the Surrey bowl, 3 flats inside of the Provost on the white. Ooh, matte there.
That thing is just absolutely sexy. What's your opinion on the whole what's it called? Not gate or magnet gate. That's what they are calling it a little bit. People were complaining about the magnets rusting. People said they knew about it already. Hey, what's up, J-Rock? So happy to have you here. What do you think about that? Are you concerned or worried?
Take care of your hookahs. Don't just leave the hookah wet over like 2 nights and never wash it. You shouldn't do that with any hookah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you just leave these, the magnets will obviously rust. What's nice is you can actually pick up. There's a few places you can get it. Sky is my favorite place to go to get these. $15, you can get an entire magnet pack if you happen to let yours rust out. But so far, I haven't noticed any real issues with mine. There's definitely some discoloring, but there's always going to be discoloring wherever there's moisture flowing through, whether it's the hose port or the purge valve.
Yeah, you should always take good care of your hookahs. These things cost money. I mean, unless you're smoking out of something that was $65 KM or something. I baby my like smoke. I mean, I baby this thing, and it's a well-made pipe and everything, but still always scared, always worried what might be the situation of it and stuff. So I do whatever I can to make sure it's doing good, especially the wood sleeve. I don't want that to rot or anything. That would be just horrible if it did. What about you, Frank? What are you smoking? And I think you got a new pipe as well, from what I understand.
Yep. My DSH came in today, and I'm christening it with Cane Mint.
Oh,
Cane
snap.
Mint. What else would the Hookah Frank be smoking besides Cane Mint? How are you liking that DSH? I know everybody in the community is going crazy. You smoked out of a couple of them in Chicago, didn't you, Adrian, as well? Oh,
The DHS, the DSH, the draw on it is amazing. Like, I have nothing but good things to say about the performance, but what really impressed me is the fact that I'm pretty sure you can get, like, jacked if you just lift it a few times with each arm. That thing is a heavy pipe.
Oh, okay.
The construction's obviously done very well.
Now, Frank, did you get one of these awesome vases that Adrian is also rocking in the background?
The Lux base.
I'm rocking it on my Lux base.
Oh,
My
man. I
So if
have
I
to
can
get one of
find it.
these. This is going to be Lux Vase Gang.
You can
Yes.
see it there.
Oh, man.
Look at that.
That's a little bit of a look into Hookah Frank's world right there. We have a lot of people showing up in the chat. Thank you guys. Chris
Yo.
showing up. J-Rock as well. Hookahologyst is here as well. So happy to see you guys. Yes?
What are you smoking, Matt?
Oh,
Did you tell us yet?
Yeah, no, I have not. I am smoking out of my Like Smoke Hookah. I am smoking Tangiers, my absolute, probably my favorite flavor of all time when it comes to Tangiers, guava. I love it. It's so very good. It's still my favorite Tangiers
It's
flavor.
not called guava.
It is called guava in my book for the rest of my life.
Guava.
No, guava is what I will call it.
Guava's trademarked.
I know, from Starbuzz. I've told people that and they don't believe me, right? It's Starbuzz that has that trademark, correct, Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Starbucks.
And then
No, what, the flavor name guava is trademarked by Starbucks?
it actually
How
is.
does Al Fokker get away with it?
I don't know. I've never understood that. Is it because they're
So
not?
strange.
Is it trademarked only in the U.S.? Do you know, Frank? Is that why? Because Tangiers is a U.S. company, and so is Starbuzz.
I think so, yeah.
It's it's a weird thing for sure. But I mixed my guava. Oh man, Frank, you're changing me already. With my papaya sherbet because that is a really good mix. I like the papaya sherbet a lot. It's a very, very good smoking tobacco. So that is what I'm going to be smoking today.
Papaya sherbet. What brand?
From Tangiers, papaya.
Papaya sorbet.
Oh, I always say sherbet for some reason. Sorbet.
Frank is here to correct the
Oh my
record all day long, baby.
I am just being corrected at all times. Captain Wetbeard, have you mixed those two? That's what I'm doing right now, Captain Wetbeard. I'm curious about the tropical sorbet. Yes, it's very, very good. So let's go ahead and talk about any new videos. Adrian, do you have any new videos that you have come out with recently? Just the pack mats, right?
Just the pack mats one for right now. Right now I'm in the middle of trolling Tommy from over at THL right now. I've got a video that's supposed to come out, but now it's become a bit of an inner meme between me and Tommy that I keep saying I'm going to upload it and I just don't. So we're going to see how long I can keep that going.
What can you cue us in on what the video is going to be when you do eventually put it up?
It's just the first episode of the Starbuzz series.
Okay.
I'm basically back recording a few episodes, so I don't have to worry about hustling to get them out bi-weekly. I'm just waiting a little bit. Plus, I've been crazy busy. You know, the excuses of normal YouTubers.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm just so busy doing lazy shit.
I have to watch YouTube, not make YouTube. What about you, Frank? You are actually going to be coming back into the world of reviewing flavors. You're going to be doing a Hookah Frank channel. Are you going to be doing it on your own personal channel, or are you going to be doing it on the Hookah University channel?
I'm going to be doing a few things. The videos will be on my personal channel.
Okay.
I'm always on like video chat on the university channel. If you guys, that general link, we're usually on there a couple times a week, and I'll probably be doing some fun live videos on there.
Right.
I'm thinking about playing with the CGI and
Oh,
some funny things happen. Like,
doing some Dr. Noob Sauce shenanigans.
yeah, doing some shenanigans. Yep.
Okay, guys, guess what? We've made our like goal. We have hit 10 likes. Captain Webbeard just said that we made it to 11 likes already. So what should we... no, we don't win anything today. This is all just kind of testing out this sort of stuff that we have going on. Is there... What should our next like goal be, Adrian? What should we push it up to? Should we just go 15 or should we go all the way up to 20? What do you think?
You're getting greedy for the likes, Matt. You get 10 likes one time, and all of a sudden you're like, can we get 20?
I don't know.
Can we get 30?
I don't know.
I was thinking 50 likes.
50 likes, man.
Which is really good for a concurrent viewer rate of about 30 an episode. That would be impressive.
Yeah, this only works for the live view, sadly. But I think we go 15. I think we go 15, see if we can hit that today, and then we keep moving forward with it as we go along. So thank you guys so much for already getting us. We're already at 12. We can do this. We can get 15, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate it a ton, obviously. Make sure you're sharing that video. The only way we can get more people in here to like these videos is if you share the video and let other people know what's going on, obviously. So we really do appreciate it a ton. There's a lot of wind over with Frank, obviously, so excuse the wind chimes. Sorry about that. I wish I could turn it down a little bit, but right now, not going to be able to. So just make sure you guys hit those likes, and the wind chimes noise will slowly fade away. Actually, it's scientifically proven.
Yeah, let me see if I could take one down.
Oh, that was... Well, I'm leaving.
No, don't
I
leave.
was
No,
here for the sweet wind chimes.
yeah, no, we'll still hear him, I'm sure. So I don't have any new videos coming out in the near future. I'm still working on some stuff, trying to figure out what it is that I want to make for my new videos and stuff. I have some flavors in the backlog that I know that I need to get reviews for. I want to do some Alfakama videos coming up. Also, I have some Sherbetli that I want to get out there as well. So there's some videos coming down the pipeline, but not right
trademark.
now. Not right now. It's only trademarked in Detroit, though, right? In Michigan, I think.
Is that how trademarks work? I'm pretty sure they're regional.
Something like that. Frank, are you located in Arizona is a question that we just got from the chat. Are you in Arizona right now?
No, I moved back to Henderson, Nevada last night.
Back in Nevada. Very cool. If you guys have questions in the chat that you'd like to ask Frank, go ahead and let us know. Just drop a question mark before it, and we'll be able to see it. And then we'll ask Frank for you as well. And then let's go ahead and jump into our interview for Mr. Hookah Frank joining with us here today. So, Frank, my first question. So me and you, we go a little bit back. We've known each other for roughly as long as I've been smoking hookah, back in the days of Hookah Domain. But I still want to ask you, how long have you been smoking, and what got you started with smoking hookah?
I've been smoking for at least 12 years now. I smoke daily, and we figured it out the other day when I was in Phoenix, and I've probably packed myself over 10,000 bowls in the time I've been smoking.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of hookah.
Nice.
What got you into this bizarre hobby that we all enjoy?
Well, when I first started smoking, when I first...
Outstanding.
So, when I first started smoking at my house, well, one of the houses we were in, we were having a little get together, and a friend was like, can I bring a hookah? And I was like, what's a hookah? And we smoked, and they dropped a coal that night. So first little carpet burn, first time I smoked. But I'd been to a lounge prior to that and smoked, and then we had a strip club we would frequent back in the day that served hookah, and that's where we pretty much started smoking at. Where I picked up my first bite.
Have you ever seen that video I think I don't know if it's a stripper place or not, but there's that video going around where they're smoking hookah and one of the dancers gets a little crazy. One of the dancers gets a little crazy and like pulls as they're like going over to the side, and then the hookah falls over, and it's a whole big ordeal and mess, and like fights break out and stuff like that because one of the hookahs tips over. Have you ever seen that video? It's hilarious if you haven't seen it.
I haven't.
Oh man,
look at it.
I will have to find it and show it to you because it's pretty hilarious, honestly. Okay, so Adrian, do you have the notes up as well with the interview questions?
I absolutely do. But before I ask the next question, did we ask the question of the day, Matt?
We did not ask the question of the day. Thank you so much, Adrian. The question of the day is, what is your favorite Tangiers flavor? Just a very simple question, obviously, but what is your favorite Tangiers question? Towards the end of the show when we do calls, that'll also be asked, obviously, so be prepped, prepared, and ready for that. What is your favorite Tangiers flavor? Adrian, if you want to take it away with the next interview question.
Absolutely. Speaking of favorite Tangiers flavor. Frank, what are some of your favorite Tangiers flavors?
Cane Mint, Static Starlight, Indian Summer are my top 3.
Indian Summer, is that so? Are you a big floral guy then?
Yeah, for Tangiers, I mean, we all love our rose mint if you're a floral person, but
Mm-hmm.
as far as Tangiers goes, yeah, I like their florals.
Very nice. I love Static Starlight. That is probably a top 3 flavor for me. Grape and rose just go so well together, and their mixture of them, it doesn't taste anything like ketchup, so it's very, very good in that respect.
Yeah, it's a red grape.
Yeah, very good. No ketchup at all. We have a couple questions from the chat. It looks like Frank, other than Tangiers, what do you like to smoke besides Tangiers?
I like to smoke haze. I like Azure, Alpha Comma.
Okay, so pretty rounded off. You do
All the
prefer
good ones.
dark leaf over blonde leaf, though. Is that correct, or do you kind of go back and forth a little bit?
I go back and forth. I mean, haze is a blonde leaf.
Yeah.
Leaf.
Do you prefer the Azure blonde leaf or the Azure dark leaf?
I've only tried one blonde leaf flavor, but I prefer the dark leaf.
Okay. So my next question for you when it comes to our interview questions is, what are some of the, you've been smoking for, like we said, 12 years and stuff. You've seen a lot of things. What are some of the down moments that you've seen from the hookah community and stuff, either be it local area or internet and stuff like that? Like, what are some of the things that you've seen that you've kind of, I don't know, maybe wondered if hookah was going to die out or anything like that? Has there ever been something that's happened?
A few years ago, when vape became very popular, I noticed a downturn in hookah, and people were vaping more. You'd go to trade shows, and the hookah vendors would disappear, and it was just basically a vape show with 2 or 3 hookah vendors.
Yeah.
And then, as far as the internet goes, there's always drama within the industry, as long as I've been smoking.
That's for sure. Now, I will go back to the questions here in just a minute, but what do you remember about Hookah Domain back in the day? Like, I don't know if there's a lot of people in the chat and stuff like that that remember Hookah Domain, but what are some fun things and memories that you have from back in the day from the groups that were before Facebook, but when we were all on things like Hookah Domain and stuff?
I think the funnest group back in the day was Brad Hardy's Hookah Giveaway group.
Oh my gosh. That's where I started doing podcasting. Do you remember that at all, Frank?
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, man. Me and a good friend of mine named Trap Springer, we did a podcast on Hookah Giveaway so many years ago. It's hard to even believe all that stuff happened back in the day. It's so crazy. But Hookah Giveaway was a ton of fun. It was a site purely about giving away hookah stuff. That's all we did. We had contests galore. We gave away tons of stuff back when Coconara was king, and we just had a ton of fun. It was a great time for sure. Let's see. There's no other questions coming from chat right now. What about you, Adrian? What's up?
Yeah, I've got a question. And this one is actually, I'm really interested to hear the answer on this one. Frank, what has it been like for you to be part of the community as kind of a leader? You've been around since basically the beginning of all this online, whether it be social media or different forums and stuff, but you've been kind of a figurehead since day one. So what's that been like?
I mean, it's been nice to be able to help people. I mean, I stay humble. I don't get a big head. It's nice to hear people say, you're my idol. I remember at the John's Expo, Chris Noob Sauce came up to me and he was like, it's nice to meet your idols. You're my idol. And other people have said that in the past as well. It's nice to be able to travel the world and be recognized at lounges. I remember when I was in Egypt with Randa from Farida. She took me to a lounge, and the owner came up to me and he was like, Frank, what are you doing here?
Wow.
He was like, Jake was here a week ago. Can I take a picture with you? I was like, sure.
That's awesome.
Even stateside, going to lounges stateside, and people were recognizing me, and going to those events like the Chicago meetup 2 weeks ago, and reconnecting with people that have watched my channel, and especially stuff like Hookah Expo Worldwide, being able to see everybody who kind of looked up to me, or still looks up to me in the industry, and aside from consumer side, being able to work in the industry too.
That's very cool. Was it interesting to make that move from community leader to like somebody who's actually working a part of hookah? Was that kind of an odd transition, or was that pretty natural for the most part?
It was pretty natural for me, although I would have liked to done more on the social media side, but can't really get into that.
Yeah. We got a bunch more people joining in the chat. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We're getting more likes. Don't forget about that like goal. Derek Moses showed up as well. We also have Hookah Fiend. How you doing? And also Nafaya. Always nice to see you guys. What are you guys smoking? If you are smoking, if not, what are you planning on smoking? Let us know. We'd always appreciate that. I already kind of asked this about Hookah Domain a little bit, but the question that I have is more towards what has changed between the time of Hookah Domain and then also the rise of Facebook groups. What has been the biggest change in your opinion about it?
So back in the day, we all did our forum thing, whether it was Royal Hookah Forum, Hookah Domain, Hookah Pro, Hookah Forum, and that was fun. And like on Royal Hookah Forum, we'd do the nightly like video chats, which got pretty fun back in the day, especially here when the neighbor came over and would take her top off for us. But I think technology's advanced. Everybody's on Facebook now. It's an easier way to convey information. And I think those Facebook groups, even though trolling happens, trolling's gonna happen everywhere. Trolling happened in regular groups as well. But I think Facebook. Sure, we'd love to see forums become active again, but I think Facebook's where it's at this point.
Do you think it's better now than it was before, or do you think that it may be the same? What's your opinion on that?
I think there's more activity now than there was before, definitely.
Yeah.
I think in that aspect, it's better.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the biggest change, I would say, is probably just the fact that there's a lot more community leaders in comparison to what there used to be. We have kind of a leader of all the different groups in comparison. When it was just Hookah Domain, it was just kind of this big, I don't know, it felt like a much more open community in a lot of ways. And now, not so much an open community, but there's certain people that I don't want to say lean on or anything, but definitely more of like figureheads inside of the communities in a way. Would you agree with that, or what do you think about that?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Fun little novel.
When you mentioned figureheads, Sarkis comes to mind. Hookah and Bias.
Yeah, Hookah and Bias. Funny story. This is a little bit of trivia right now. My very first webcam that I ever got was actually given to me by Hookah Frank. Back in the day when we used to use Tiny Chat for our hangouts and stuff like that, I didn't have one, and Hookah Frank was nice enough to send me one so that I could come and join the party doing Tiny Chat and stuff. And I still have that webcam, even to this day, actually. So your gifts to me have always been appreciated, and it's still floating around in places at my house and stuff. So thank you, Frank. I don't know if I ever told you that. All right, so... yeah, make sure you guys share the podcast, the audio or the video, whichever one, and stuff like that. And make sure you drop a like. We have a like goal going on right now. Trying to hit 15 at the moment. We got 13. Thank you guys so much for that. We appreciate it. Question from Kyle.
Oh, by the way, speaking of, hi, Kyle Smith.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle, be the 15th like on this video, dude.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
Do it.
Do it. We have a question, actually, from Kyle Smith from the chat. It says, Hookah Frank, do you remember an Adam Bliss from the older days of the Hookah forums? He's who turned me on, and I'd wager all of North Carolina onto Tangiers. Do you remember an Adam Bliss?
I remember Adam Bliss. He owned a lounge in North Carolina. Oh. I think he ran Hookah Pro. Mushrat was his screen name.
Oh, I remember him.
Adam Bliss?
Oh, if that's who that is, I remember him too. That's crazy. I didn't do a whole lot on Hookah Pro back in the day. When Royal Hookah Forums got big, that's kind of when I dropped out of the internet hookah area and stuff like that, and kind of stuck to my own things and stuff. Hey, what's up, Gus? Thank you so much for joining us as well. Bilu, about to smoke some Bermuda Mint and Tropical Paradise. What's up,
Matt?
Yeah.
You had Chimeras back in the day, right?
I did, yes. Chimeras Hookah Lounge is what I used to run for a good little while. That was a lot of fun, man. Crazy times in the world, for sure. So let's go ahead and get into our big topic of the show. We're going to be talking about Tangiers today. We all love to smoke it. We all enjoy it. Some of us took a little while to get into smoking it and figure out just how to do it. But let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit. Adrian, what do you think is the best flavor? What is the best flavor from Tangiers? Don't you? I already see that glee in your face right now. I know what you're gonna say. What do you think is the best flavor?
Cashmere peach.
Why is cashmere peach as good as people say it is?
It's perfect because when you're smoking hookah, it's so easy to get sick of sweet flavors, and it's so easy to get sick of flavors that have like a ton of mint, all these different flavor profiles. Cashmere peach is just one of those flavors for me that's like, it's subtle, but it's potent at the same time, and it's super hard to describe the flavor profile. But every time you smoke it, it doesn't get old for me. Like I can smoke back-to-back bowls of cashmere peach, never get sick of it. There's all kinds of sweet mixes you can do. You can do the RB mix of K peach, cane with foreplay on the peach. That's awesome. I'm doing cashmere peach and cane right now. But I don't know, man. I like almost every Tangiers flavor I've tried, but K peach has always been the one that I'm like, okay, I need to order more of this right now.
What about you?
Peach Peach foreplay is a good mix.
Yes.
Working at Tangiers, we used to call K Peach Cashmere Papa because that's all Eric smoked.
Cashmere Papa. That needs
back
to be
to back. He still smokes. He has his pipe. Back to back. That's all he smokes all day is Cashmere Peach.
That needs to be like a special edition. Is Cashmere Papa? That sounds like a great special edition flavor right there. What about you, Frank? What's the best flavor from Tangiers in your opinion? Is it cane? Is that the best flavor from Tangiers?
Well, my favorite flavor of Tangiers is cane, and obviously cane's changed recently.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer old cane because it was sweeter, but I still smoke cane.
Is it still the best flavor from Tangiers?
In my opinion, it is. Yeah.
Why is cane mint as good as people say it is? Why is it so heavily requested in your opinion?
It's by far our top seller, and by far their top seller, and in comparison to say the second best flavor, I mean, cane mint just trumps it. Especially in like Brazil and Russia, they love cane mint.
Crazy. What is the
second? I don't know what it is, but like, I'm not sure.
Oh, I wonder. That'd be interesting.
I know. Say 1,500 kilos of tobacco based off of that. You could say 1,000 kilos of cane mint gets ordered, and then the rest of the flavors kind of get spread along. So it's that substantial of cane mint to the other flavors.
And it's interesting because talking to a lot of people who do own companies, it's like that across the board. Like most people, whatever their main mint is, whatever the given company is, whether it's Alpaca, Alpha Comma, they sell more of that than anything.
Cane mint's so popular, he has to have a cap on it. So companies can't order just cane mint. They have to can only order a certain percentage of it.
Crazy. What about extreme cane mint? What do you think about that one?
Extreme cane mint? It is superb cane mint. You can make your own extreme cane mint if you want to waste tobacco. You basically just squeeze the juices out of another bag of tobacco. It's basically cane mint with more flavoring is what extreme cane mint is.
Crazy.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Kyle Smith says K Peach and lavender mint for life is what he says. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Mimone. Oh man, Mimone is such a good oh yeah, that's a great one.
It's the only non-natural lemon mint that I enjoy.
Oh, it's so good for sure. Thought it was just me, Kyle. I don't know what he's referring to in that one. Mint sells 5-1. That's crazy.
He's talking about the volume's quiet, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Is there any way to make the volume louder? Because Derek also said the same thing.
The volume louder. Let me. Is it on everybody that's quiet or just on me? Let me try to. I'll boost everybody's volume.
Chat. Speak up. What are we doing wrong here?
Yeah, who needs to be louder? Is it me or is it everybody? Because I can raise the volume for everybody if that's the case. Let's see. Okay, so let me see where I was at right now. Okay, let's just move. Okay, my favorite. What do I think the best flavor from Tangiers is? My favorite is probably guava. And the reason why I love guava so much is because it's a sweet flavor, but it's also this bizarrely creamy flavor. If you get guava to smoke just right, then you're able to get this like beautiful medley of sweet flavors and creamy flavors as well. It's why I've always been a big fan of guava. It just hits all the notes for me. It's savory just a little bit. It's sweet, obviously, but it's really, really good. Mostly me. Okay, so I'm going to raise my volume up. Let me know if that helps a little bit. I've got everything going on right now. What is up, Kenneth? Always glad to see you in the chat. Oh, we hit our goal. We hit the 15 likes, guys. We are at 15 likes for this episode while we are live. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to go ahead and jump over here. I guess we're going to raise it up to 20. I guess we're going to go ahead and hit that 20 mark and see if we can get
the greed, Matt. The greed in you is strong.
What, you want me to go to 16 or something? What do you want me to go to?
Matt, live your best life.
I'm doing 20.
That's what I want you to do.
I'm doing 20 right now. Hookahology says the lounge that I have, I got some cane, mint, and purple candy, which is straight fire. Purple candy is a very good flavor. Also, green apple candy. That's an interesting one if you've never tried that one. Did you ever try bacon? I'm sure Frank's tried bacon. Have you ever tried bacon, Adrian? I never have. I've never tried bacon.
No,
I won't try bacon.
I never smoked bacon.
You never tried bacon. Anybody in the chat tried bacon?
Tried bacon because I don't really like bacon.
That's a good reason to not try bacon.
That would make sense.
I mean, I'll eat bacon, but I'm not one of those bacon heads that needs to have bacon everything in their life.
Well,
now here's the weird thing. I don't eat a lot of roses, but I do like to smoke them.
Very true. Very true. One rose is probably enough to try. What are some of your guys' favorite mixes? Obviously, we've already talked about Peach and mint and foreplay on the peach, obviously. Is there any other mixes that you like? It doesn't have to be strictly Tangiers and Tangiers. I love to smoke Static Starlight mixed with Enigma from Trifecta. I think that's a really, really good mix. You get a really interesting floral and herbal taste to it. What about you guys?
I got one for you.
Okay.
This is a weird one because most people I don't feel like a lot of people try mixing Alfaka with Tangiers, even though you totally can. If you've got a ratio of like 2/3 Tangiers to 1/3 Alfaka, you can pack Alfaka like you're packing the Tangiers at almost the same density and it will perform. But blueberry from Alfaka and then cane mint with pink grapefruit is an awesome mix. I've tried it.
Oh, pink grapefruit is another great flavor.
It's frowned upon to mix other brands with Tangiers.
How dare you? It's frowned upon to use other coals besides the silver tabs as well, actually. You're not supposed to do that. Blasphemy, they say.
Yeah, I mean, heck, I'd be exiled because I'm using titanium.
How dare you? Question.
I'm using titaniums too. Good on you, Frank.
Frank, what is some mixes that you like to do with Tangiers and maybe other brands?
We hit our 20 light goal.
I like KP foreplay, static cane, lime cane, lemon lime cane, maraschino cherry lemon.
Yeah, I have had that.
It's like a cherry lemonade-esque, which, speaking of cherry lemonade, I think cherry lemonade would outsell cane mint if Eric ever released it, but he's not going to.
We just had a question. What's the best grapefruit? Alfaka, Tangiers, or other? What is the best grapefruit?
My favorite grapefruit is the seasonal grapefruit, which is flavor 95. I also like Tangiers pink grapefruit as well.
Yeah.
But I've always kind of liked 95 grapefruit more. It just tasted like a natural grapefruit to me.
I used to say that I would probably prefer pink grapefruit over everything else, but I think my favorite grapefruit is probably from Alfakama. Either the grapefruit mint or maybe the grapefruit iced tea. Yeah, those are very good. What about you, Adrian? What's your favorite grapefruit flavor?
I love pink grapefruit. I love grapefruit iced tea. But if we're talking about just straight up grapefruit, I am an Alfaka grapefruit guy.
Very good.
With the price I get it, it's just a no-brainer. $10. I'll buy a kilo of it for $40, no problem. I'll just have it in my house for a month.
This is turning out to be our most liked video, by the way. I just want you guys to know that. That's all because of you.
So yeah, no shit.
So much. I appreciate that.
Because I'm here. That's why.
It's because of Frank.
Oh, absolutely, for sure. It's also why we have, I think, like 30 some odd people watching right now. I think this may be our most viewed live episode that we've ever done. So thank you, Frank. You're going to have to come back for every episode at this point. How has it changed?
It can just be the FN podcast. I can just leave.
No, you have to stick around. We need you for sure. We can do the fam podcast. It'll be Frank, Adrian, and Matt. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, we could.
Okay, so what has changed about Tangiers in your guys' opinion? Frank, you've probably seen the most just because you had a behind-the-scenes type look to it. What about you, Adrian? In the time that you've been smoking Tangiers, which is roughly 3 years, have you noticed any changes?
I've only been smoking Tang for about a year and a half, 2 years.
So any changes?
And I haven't noticed any changes from the flavors that I really buy in bulk. I mean, it's gotten better for me, but that's just because the more you pack Tangiers, you get a little better at it. And you figure out ways to smoke it in mixes. But as far as like individual flavors, I haven't really noticed any changes over the last year and a half.
Okay.
It's gotten better in general too because of the tobacco. Certain years, the crop tobacco isn't that good. So there have been issues in the past, batch issues, issues with the cut in the past. It's more of a finer cut now. And even back in the day. Remember back in the day when you used to have to acclimate it? Now you don't even really have to acclimate it at all.
Yeah, I
Ready to get
remember
indoors, ready to smoke out of the bag.
10 years ago when I got Tangiers, I would have to acclimate it. That is something that I definitely would have to do. What is up, Austin? I bet you meant mint. I don't know what you meant by that. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention as much as I could to the chat. But anyways, I've noticed that it's become easier to pack. I don't know what your thoughts on that are, Frank, but I don't feel like you have to do that cement dense pack that you used to have to do back in the day. I feel like it's been a lot easier to pack in general.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I remember when I started smoking Tangiers, there weren't any videos out when I first started smoking it. It was trial by fire basically, and I remember it took me at least 6 months to get my pack down, and I still don't pack it Eric's recommended way, but it works for me. My packing style works for me, even though I use my fingers and not a fork.
How dare you? You're so blasphemous, Frank. Anyways,
Forks for life.
Forks for life, exactly. What was I gonna say? I had something that I was gonna talk about. Oh, the different types of Tangiers. There's been the Norline, which is the most constant. There's Burley. Do they make Lucid anymore? Or is that not something that happens anymore?
No, Lucid ended up becoming Burkook.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
They switched the form. They switched the tobacco over a year before, and people didn't notice it and didn't say anything, and then they just discontinued Lucid entirely and just transferred over to Burkook.
I used to get.
Speaking of Lucid, my favorite Lucid flavor was chocolate cherry.
Oh, I have never tried chocolate cherry. I used to love Lucid Horchata. That's what I used to get all the time from the Lucid brand. What about the F line? The F line doesn't get much love, obviously. I don't know if it's just not made in a huge amount of quantity or anything like that. But
F line's still made. It's the caffeinated line.
Yeah.
I just think, I mean, you got to be that type of person, I guess. In a sense.
Did you ever smoke much of the F line? What did you think about it, Frank?
Yeah, I smoked it. I mean, I remember the one experience that I always remember for some reason. I don't know if I was hungry that day, but I packed a bowl of orange soda F line, and once it started going, it kind of reminded me of orange chicken for a second.
Orange soda and cocoa are the only two that I ever tried from the F line. And I remember I was not a very big fan, so I didn't bother with it too much. Captain Wetbeard just said, "Have you ever tried Tangiers Absinthe? The liqueur flavor of the black licorice and stuff. I've never tried it. What about you, Frank?"
Yeah, I've tried it.
What'd you think of it?
It's an acquired taste, but I mean, I like it. It kind of reminds me of the drink in a sense.
Okay. What about you, Adrian? Did you ever try that?
What did I try? I'm reading chat right now.
On the absinthe. Have you ever tried absinthe?
Absinthe, the drink or
the tobacco? Tangiers made a version of it.
No, but I'm drinking a lot of absinthe.
Oh, okay. You should get it and let us know how close it is to the drink. Then that'd be nice to know. I really enjoy tabletop, which tabletop is basically bug powder, isn't it? That's what I've heard different things about bug powder before.
Schnozberry.
Huh?
Bug powder is mint scraps and cashmere. Schnozberry is everything else.
Oh, okay.
They put overage scraps in a big bucket, and then that's what they make schnozberry out of. So it's always changing.
The version of schnozberries that I got was very good. I enjoyed it a ton. Is absinthe really licorice? It has a licorice taste to it. I don't know if it's actual licorice, but it definitely tastes like black licorice.
Definitely tastes like it.
Yeah.
I think they use some amount of anise in there, probably.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's wormwood in the actual drink. I don't know if it is anymore in statesides or not, but that's what it used to be. Did it take you a while to learn how to pack Tangiers? Adrian, since you're the newest Tangier smoker, did it take you a while to kind of get that technique down?
I was frustrated when I first started smoking Tangiers because I bought like 500 grams. I think I had some cane mint and what was the other flavor? I can't even remember at this point. I think it was like new lime or something, but I could not get it to smoke right for like 2 months almost. I don't know what the hell my issue was. But it's one of those things where I feel like a lot of people had some trouble at first. I think it took me a little longer than most people because I wanted to try it right away as soon as I heard about it. And then I probably wasn't ready because I was still smoking like mostly Starbucks and Alfacher back at that point. And then when I got it, it became a problem because now I have to have Tangiers like always.
Yes, there was a time where Tangiers was the only thing that I ever smoked. I think part of it, and correct me what you guys think, but I feel like you kind of get accustomed to the taste of Tangiers to a point.
That leathery taste.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So it's almost a mixture of like you learn how to pack it better, but you also get more accustomed to the taste itself, and that also helps you enjoy Tangiers more. At least that's what it's kind of felt like to me in the past.
Yeah, and now that I'm used to it, I used to get crazy buzzed, but now that I'm used to Tangiers, there's this really nice mellow kind of a floaty buzz you get when you first start smoking that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
And for me, I've been able to maintain getting that so long as I don't like smoke Tangiers more than like once a day.
And
I've smoked Tangiers so long I don't even get a buzz anymore.
And that was going to be my next question, actually. Do you like the buzz?
I think it's more of a. I don't get a buzz anymore.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I liked it back in the day. Yeah, I liked that head rush you got from smoking Tangiers. But you smoke Tangiers so much like I have. I mean, I've probably been smoking Tangiers for at least 10 of the 12 years I've been smoking. You build up that tolerance, and you don't really get a buzz anymore. I don't really get a buzz anymore.
What about you, Adrian? You do kind of like the buzz, right? So do you
I chase it.
Yeah.
I don't still get it to the extent that I used to. Now, if I'm chasing a buzz, I'll smoke Alpha Common's Midnight Line. That stuff will buzz you if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I know what I'm doing, and it still buzzes me. Same with Azure Dark. You can get a buzz off that stuff if you pack it correctly. But yeah, I definitely chase buzzes. Sometimes I do a bad thing where like I know I haven't eaten in 4 or 5 hours, and then I will smoke Tangiers intentionally because if I don't eat, I'll get a buzz for no reason. So
speaking of the buzz, I agree with that. Like I'll still get a buzz, but it has to be. If I'm smoking first thing in the morning and I haven't ate anything, I'll get a little
exactly.
We're all
a little fasted smoke.
Yeah, we're all smoking Tangiers right now. Back in the day, we'd all just be like head spinning at this point in our smoking and stuff like that. Raul says, "Yeah, I don't get a buzz from Tang either." Tangiers. This is from Captain Wetbeard. Tangiers is definitely not a first timer's smoke. The buzz is sometimes too strong. I watched a lady pass out at a hookah lounge one time. Not for noobs. Oh my goodness! Fallen Dragon for the win.
You should. Especially if you're a new smoker, you should definitely be drinking some sort of liquid like water.
Yo, what up, Hookah University?
What's up?
Yeah, you know I got that rep. You know I'm repping.
Yeah, we're big fans of Hookah University here. We love those guys over there. The first bowl when I get off work rocks my socks is what Kenneth just said. Are you ready to take some phone calls, Adrian?
I think this would be the ideal time to start doing that.
Okay, we got our phone calls going on right now. We still have our light goal going on at the moment. You can help us hit that. It is 25 is what it is. I'm going to try and turn up the volume now, see if we can get some phone calls. You can see the number there on the screen. It's 319-527-3235. Give that a call and ask Hookah Frank your very own question that you would like to ask him. Frank, what's the temperature for you? Is it a pretty warm day out there in Nevada?
No, it's not bad today. It's a nice day.
Very nice.
It seemed like the season kind of just shifted, especially in Phoenix, from 100 degrees to 80 in a matter of a week. It's 73 out here. Perfect, nice chamber day.
Trying to get something going on my end. Sorry about this, guys. I'm not prepared for this. You can see the phone number still right there. Make sure you give us a phone call. Appreciate that. Trying to not spend too much time. Okay, I got it. Let's see. We got a phone call right now. It looks like. Let me see. We got a couple people. Let me mute some people. Area code 408 is our very first call. Area code 408. Can you hear me? Area code 408.
Well, yes, I can.
Can you guys all hear him? Okay.
Well.
I hear nothing.
He hears nothing. Hold on a second.
I hear nothing on my end either.
Okay, hold on a brief second. Microphone check. That's my problem. I have the wrong microphone. Okay, 408. Can you hear me still?
Yes, I can.
Can you guys hear him?
Is this Tommy?
It is Tommy. What is up, Tommy? How you doing, Mr.
Of course it is.
What's going on, baby?
It's my day off, so I'm trying to find myself to keep occupied without smoking all my shisha.
Awesome. Are you going to be doing another live tonight, Tommy?
I am. That's why I'm not trying to smoke all my shisha.
Good idea. If you do not know, the Hookahologist is over on YouTube as well, and he's been doing some lives Monday night, a little bit later in the evening. So if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe on his channel as well. He does some very fun stuff over there on the Hookahologist channel. Tommy, do you have any questions for our esteemed guest, Mr. Hookah Frank?
No, but I do have a fun story. When I went to the Hookah Expo Worldwide, everyone kept talking about Frank, and he was right behind me. So I wanted to go say hi. You probably are one of the greatest people on the face of the planet. But I was so scared. And he was so famous. I'm like, oh my God. I'm meeting all kinds of famous people today.
You don't got to be afraid of Frank. He won't
And
bite.
Yeah.
Will you
I'm
bite?
not gonna bite.
Very cool. Did you remember to drop a like on the video, Tommy?
Of course I did. Why wouldn't I?
Awesome. You're helping
My
us
man.
reach that like goal. Make sure if you guys are wanting to be so nice, hit that like button. We're almost at 25. We have 22 likes right now. Trying to hit it again, obviously. Okay, Tommy. Well, what is your favorite Tangiers flavor? I know that you're somebody who enjoys it quite a bit and enjoys the buzz from it as well. So what is something that you enjoy?
Well, when I went to my lounge that I go to up in San Jose, like I didn't really smoke Tangiers. I'm like, all right, give me something easy. So they made me a mix of cane mint, blackberry, and something else.
Ooh, blackberry's
But
good.
for the most part, I've
Yeah.
been smoking purple candy and cane mint.
Ooh.
And on a long day at the dealership, I tell them, all right, you guys know what it is. It's been one of those days. Get me my Tangiers. Thank you. Come again.
Perfect.
Outstanding.
Well, thank you so much for the call, Tommy. We appreciate it as always. You have a good one, okay?
I will. You guys too.
Take it easy, buddy.
Okay.
Purple
Eric,
candy.
purple
Probably,
candy. Very good.
I'll probably watch his podcast later tonight. When does
Mhm.
the podcast usually start on Monday nights?
I think it's usually a few hours after hours. Tommy, if you're in the chat, go ahead and drop the time that you think you're going to be streaming. But it's usually, I believe, like 9 o'clock my time, so like 8 o'clock your time, maybe 10 o'clock. It just kind of depends a little bit.
Have them drop a link on my Facebook page too, so I can tune in.
Awesome. Yeah.
Sweet.
Tag Frank so he knows when you go live. Area code 951. Can you hear me? Area code 951.
Of course.
Who is this?
This is Wayne Man from Resident Kings.
Hey, what's up, Wayne? How
What
you
up,
doing?
baby?
What's up, Wayne?
What up, guys?
Oh,
What up, Frank?
so nice to hear.
What up, man?
Are you smoking right now, Wayne?
No, man, I'm stuck at work. I thought I'd catch you guys on my lunch.
Very cool.
Oh,
very cool.
cool, man.
Uh,
Well, thank you for hanging out on your lunch break.
do you have a?
Drop a like,
Yeah,
Wayne.
Yeah, make sure you drop a like while.
Oh, of
while
course
you're-
I drop a like.
Awesome.
I actually got you guys on my personal phone that I like it, but on my work phone I can't like it because I don't sign into it, but I'm watching on that one and dropping comments on the other one.
Awesome. Do you have a question for our very esteemed guest, Mr. Hookah Frank?
Frank, in the near future, just send us a notification when you're out at Oasis so we can meet up. It's not more of a quest, more of a so we can meet up and see you again. We didn't meet up in Chicago 'cause I couldn't make it, but it would be good to hang out with you.
In Oasis, you said, or at Vapor?
Oasis, I mean, anywhere that's close for you, something that's convenient so you don't have to try to rush
Yeah.
out. I know you just moved out there. I'll move back.
Just let me know when you guys want to come out. I'll make sure to go to Oasis. It's right by me. I mean, I'll probably go there tonight, actually. But
I'm super jealous that you're so close to Oasis.
Oh, yeah, that's home for everybody that goes out there.
What is your favorite Tangiers flavor, Wayne? What is the one that you love to smoke?
If anybody knows me, man, I love mint. It can be Parker mint, but Tangiers mint, cane mint.
Mhm.
That's the everything it has to go in every flavor that I smoke. If I'm smoking
Hell yeah.
Tangiers at the time, I always have to have cane mint in it.
Very nice. All right, Wayne. Well, thank you so much for calling. We appreciate it very much. We have to have you on the show to rep some Resin Kings. We've been seeing the hoses go all around the communities and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
those Resin King hoses are definitely really nice.
Oh, thanks, guys. Whenever you guys ready, let me know. We'll get in contact and we'll be glad to jump on.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drop you. You have a good one, Wayne.
All right, guys. You guys have a good one.
Take it easy, buddy.
All right, we have another caller. Area code 256. Area code 256. Who is this? Can you hear me? Area code 25. Oh, you're still muted for some reason. I thought I unmuted you. Okay, area code 256. Can you hear me now?
I can. My main man.
What
Pots
is-
and pans.
What
What's
is
good
up,
with
B.
y'all?
Lou? So nice to hear from you. How you doing,
What's
man?
good? What's going on, man? I'm good. Y'all had a good show again, man. I appreciate y'all so much, man. Yeah, man, just smoking.
Awesome. What are you smoking right now?
Oh, that's why I was posting the channel smoking.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
What is it?
Bermuda mint?
Bermuda mint and something paradise, whatever the other your favorite flavor is. It's kind of like strawberry-ish. It's pretty good though.
Very, very
Summer
nice.
paradise, I think that's it. I don't know.
Do you have a question for our esteemed guest Hookah Frank here today?
Yeah, I actually do, man. I mean, I'm just as you guys, I've talked to y'all about it before. I'm just not a Tangiers smoker, and I see how everybody loves it. I kind of want to get into it, but I mean, I'm a noob, so for everybody, not just for Frank, but if y'all could just help me out, man. What should I get? How should I pack? What should I do?
Oh, okay. We can definitely talk about this for a little while. I'm going to go ahead and drop you from the call, and we'll answer it off the air. Okay.
All right, salute, fellas.
All right, thank you, B-Lou.
Take it easy, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling, as always.
All right, so let's go ahead and answer this.
I love that question because I'm sure there's a few people watching that don't know about Tangiers or how to pack it, and we've just been talking about it in the context of people who have been smoking it for years.
So what is your advice, Adrian, for starting out on Tangiers and learning how to pack it or enjoy it or smoke it? What do you think? What would you suggest?
Yeah, I definitely take this with a grain of salt. Frank probably has his pack method and everything way better down than I do. But as far as flavors to start with, I think everyone should smoke cane mint at least once in their life. It is a very, very good flavor. And if you're just starting in Tangiers, I would avoid the floral strong flavors like K-Peach, Static Starlight, stuff like that. I would avoid that at first. And I'd start off with some known territory like Foreplay on the Peach is a flavor I think is very, very friendly, very good crowd pleaser. I'm very into Mamone. Most people are familiar with lemon mint, so that's a very, very good lemon mint. And then off the back of my hand, I would definitely say go ahead and try pink grapefruit, just because it's such a rich citrus flavor. It's very good. As far as packing it, a lot of people talk about packing Tangiers. There's videos out there. Everyone's done a video on how to pack Tangiers. But the best way to pack it that's yielded the best results for me, I used to do what they call the Arby Palmer. That's how I actually learned to pack Tangiers, where you pack it all in there nice and densely, and then you actually smack the bowl with the palm of your hand to get it down dense. You don't actually need to do that, and that's a pretty messy way to pack. I now just don't even touch the tobacco ever. What you do is you take an oyster fork or a small seafood fork, and you go ahead and scoop the tobacco pretty densely into your bowl around the spire, and then you can use the underside of the fork to dense it down. You don't want any air gaps really, and you want it to be pretty flush with the rim of the bowl. You can start off by going a little underneath the rim though if you're new to Tangiers, because if you haven't smoked Tangiers, it's gonna give you a buzz.
Everybody needs to reach out to Adrian as soon as they can and tell him that he needs to make a Tangiers tutorial how to pack video. Adrian, we need to see this from you. I want to see this technique.
Okay, yeah. I'll get on that. I can do that. That's something I've been meaning to do anyway.
I have a video on how I like to pack Tangiers with an oyster fork. It's something that I've been doing since the very beginning when I started to learn how to do it correctly and stuff. I like my video. I would pimp it, obviously. Strictly Shisha has a very good video on how to pack Tangiers as well. There's a lot of them out there, obviously, but I definitely like mine just because that's what I do. That's how I get my results, obviously. So what about you, Frank? What is some advice that you have for a new Tangier smoker, someone learning how to smoke it and stuff?
Well, I use my fingers to pack the bowl, pack it dense. I make sure the tobacco is even. I pack it dense to the rim, and then I make sure it's even. If it's not even to the eye, and I see depressions where there's gaps, I'll fill those gaps in, and then I foil it and smoke it. But as far as flavors for a new smoker to try, I would recommend cane mint, of course. Mm-hmm. Cane mint, experiment, lime, lemon lime, Mamone.
All good flavors.
Very much.
Oh, Frank, here's a question I have for you on the Tangiers new smoker thing. I find myself, I use a Provost a lot. About half of the time when I smoke Tangiers, I'll use a Provost. The other half, I'll just do coal on foil. But I find myself either way poking a lot more holes than I would for most tobaccos. Is that something you do as well?
You have to poke a lot more holes. You have to poke them all the way through the bowl.
Let's see here. I can actually just demonstrate what I do.
If you know how to use an oyster fork, you need to make sure the holes are you have a lot of exactly.
Perfect.
That's how I do it.
Just like that.
Perfect. All right, very nice. What about HMDs? Can I use a Lotus? Somebody, B-Lou just said, can I use a Lotus on Tangiers? I've always been told that Tangiers doesn't do well with heat management devices. I used the Phoenix and thought that it was okay. I didn't have any issues with it in that regard.
It performs better just on foil, but I mean, I like the Provost on top of foil. That's actually what I'm using right now. I think it gives it a more cleaner flavor.
I agree.
H&Ds work as well. Coconut coals, if you want to use coconut coals in the product, cut the coals in half. You don't need to use 3 coals, even though I've got three coals on bowl. But best results with the Tangiers, I mean, cut the coals in half, and you only need to use 1.5 charcoal to make the whole smoke. I mean, you might not get as thick of clouds if you're trying to chase the clouds with that, but you're not going to burn it as quickly using less heat.
And you can work your way up too after you get used to it.
That's for sure. We're going to take a question or another call in just a moment, but before we do, I want to hit this question real quick on chat. It says, this is from Kazman. I've never seen this name before, so thank you so much if you're somebody new on the show. Thank you for watching today. It says, Frank, why do you think Tangiers gets a lot of hate online, especially on Reddit? Have you ever noticed Tangiers getting a lot of hate online?
Not really. I don't really. I'm not really diehard Reddit either. I don't really follow Reddit that much. I'm sure now I'll start to follow more, but
I've never noticed a lot of hate online for Tangiers.
Yeah,
I've always noticed the
I've
other
never
side.
really noticed any.
So, Adrian, have you ever noticed any hate for Tangiers online before?
There's some select people who I think they use the angle that Tangiers is overhyped, but I don't know that I've ever seen any direct hate, given I'm not a Redditor and I've never really been a part of the blog posts or any of the forums or anything. I'm pretty much a Facebook only guy when it comes to the hookah social media world.
Interesting.
As far as that comment, Tangiers being overhyped, I mean, I was around Tangiers a year and a half when I worked there, and their sales reps, they have sales reps in different territories, and the sales reps don't have to make sales calls. Don't make sales calls. The people come to us that order.
I think
because once you know.
Good stuff. I think that it's more overhyped from people who either don't smoke it regularly or don't get it very often. I think that it's easy to say, like, well, I don't smoke it because it's not that great. Maybe that could be the case. We're going to take a call real quick, maybe 1 or 2 more. We're kind of running a little bit late, obviously, but we started a little bit late, so we'll be fine. This is area code 347. Area code 347. Who is this?
I'd like to be unknown.
Unknown, all right. How are you doing, Mr. Unknown? How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Do you have a question for our esteemed guest, Mr. Hookah Frank?
What's your favorite mix?
Favorite mix. Very nice. We'll take that question off of the air. Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate it, Mr. Unknown. You make sure to keep enjoying your evening and keep enjoying the podcast. Don't forget to drop a like if you haven't already, okay?
I already did.
Awesome. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Unknown.
All right, so Frank, what is your favorite mix? What is the Hookah Frank mix of choice?
Static cane, 75 static, 25 cane.
Anybody who hasn't had Static Starlight, you have to have Static Starlight. It's so good, so good. All right, we'll go ahead and take this next call. Area code 212. Is this David?
No, this is Cinnamon.
Oh, here we go. Cinnamon's back. How you doing, Cinnamon? It feels like it's been a while since we've heard from you. How are you doing, Cinnamon?
Thanks.
I'm doing great. I'm right looking at Frank. He looks so pretty on my big screen TV right now.
He does. He looks good on my little screen as well.
And my favorite flavor is pink grapefruit.
Good.
Good show, guys. You look really pretty, Frank. Wow, I love you.
Do you have a question for our guest here, the pretty Frank?
I just want to see him do more videos, more reviews. I just want to see him on my screen more often.
All right. Thank you so much for calling, Cinnamon. We appreciate it. It's been a while.
Thank you, guys.
All right. We'll end our calls with Cinnamon right now. Thank you guys so much for calling in. It's something that you can join us all the time, obviously. What the hell is this? Is what Gus just said. That's Cinnamon. Cinnamon calls in every once in a while. Just a fun person. Okay, so Frank, when can we start to expect to see some videos from you again?
You should see videos within the next week.
Probably
later this week.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
Right on.
All right. Well, that's
as soon as I start smoking that Alpha Kama, I'm gonna start reviewing some of that.
Oh, can't wait to hear your thoughts on that. We're going to go ahead and take this to the end of the show. Thank you guys so much for watching. We almost hit our third like goal that we had set up. If you're still watching and you haven't, make sure you hit that like button. Also, don't forget to share the podcast with friends, family. If you're an employer of some kind, make your employees listen to it. I'm sure that's perfectly legal. If you want to find people on the internet, Adrian, where can they find you?
If you want to watch hookah tutorials, reviews, unboxings, or just general hookah content, go over to PipeDreamHookah on YouTube. That's me. That's my YouTube channel. If you want to find me on Instagram and Twitter for all different types of hookah content and conversation, go over to _PipeDream on both of those formats. And if you want to find me on Facebook, my name is Adrian Hunter, and my face looks like this.
Very nice. You got to get that Tangiers tutorial up and running soon, okay?
I do have to do that. And I'm going to cosplay as Frank.
Ooh, I like it already. Frank, if people want to find you on the internet, where can they look?
They can look on Facebook, Frank Simmons. I also have a Hookah Frank page on Facebook, and if they go to hookahfrank.com, it redirects to my YouTube channel.
Oh, very cool.
That's tight.
Awesome. If you want to find me, my name is Matt Desind. You can find me on YouTube at Matt Desind. You can find me on Twitter at @OnlyMattDesend. You can find me on Instagram at @OnlyMattDesend as well. If you want to find the podcast, we have a page and we have a group. You can find us on Twitter, AM Hookah Podcast, and you can also find us on Instagram as well. Thank you guys so much for watching and being a part of the show. You have no idea how much we appreciate it, as always. We're going to be doing some fun stuff in the future when it comes to all the stuff when it comes to the live show. So make sure you stick around for that.
If you want to find me on Instagram too, I'm on Instagram as Hookah Frank as well.
Oh, perfect.
Sweet.
Perfect. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it as always. Until next time, keep on smoking and keep those charcoal hot. See you later. Bye.